Love is composed of a single soul inhabiting two bodies. Aristotle. At first glance, this might seem like the very essence of love itself. Two souls intertwined, two lives shared. But let us ask, is that the love we experience today? Or has modern love become something far more fragmented, far more complex, and far less pure? We live in an age where love is broadcast, where it is packaged and sold as an idea, a commodity that can be bought, sold, and discarded. We are told that love should be passionate, eternal, and unyielding. But is that truly what love is, or is it an illusion crafted by a society that profits from our desires? In the past, love was a slow unfolding, a quiet journey of two individuals teaching each other, growing together. But today, love has become a race. We are constantly moving faster, seeking more, expecting more. We are taught that love is supposed to complete us, as if we are fractured pieces waiting to be fixed by someone else. But what if this very idea of love is the thing that is breaking us? The philosopher Søren Kierkegaard once said, "Marry and you will regret it. Don't marry and you will also regret it. Marry or don't marry, you will regret both." Isn't that the paradox of our times? We have been conditioned to believe that love is the ultimate answer, that it is the one thing that can save us. Yet we find ourselves trapped within it, either yearning for a love that is unattainable or fighting to keep a love that feels empty. We are told that love is a source of happiness, but too often it feels like a prison built from expectations, comparisons, and pressures to conform to an ideal that no one can live up to. But here lies the uncomfortable truth we do not want to admit. Modern love is not what it appears. Love in the age of Instagram and Tinder has become a curated, shallow version of itself. We are more concerned with how love appears than with what love truly is. We measure our worth not by how deeply we connect with someone, but by how much others envy our relationship. We have lost the depth, the patience, the quiet reverence that true love requires. We are so focused on possession, on marking our territory, on staking our claim in someone else's heart, that we forget what it means to give, to offer ourselves freely, without expectation, without conditions. And this is where the problem begins, because love, in its purest form, cannot thrive in an environment where it is constantly being measured, weighed, and evaluated. We cannot experience love if we are constantly chasing the image of love instead of the experience itself. The pursuit of love becomes a mirror reflecting our insecurities, our fears, our need for validation, and not a sanctuary where we can simply be. In this modern world, love has become a performance where each person plays a part to satisfy the need of the other, but neither person is ever truly seen. It is a game where the rules are set by others, by social media, by the narratives we consume, by the pressure to fit in, to match up. But love in its deepest form does not play games. Love is not about winning, it is about being. But we don't want to face this. We don't want to acknowledge that perhaps we've been living a lie. That love is not the fast-paced, firework-filled fantasy we are promised, but something far quieter, far more subtle. It's not about completing each other, but about being two whole beings who choose to walk beside one another. As the philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche said, "It is not a lack of love, but a lack of friendship that makes unhappy marriages." So let us ask the uncomfortable question. Are we truly in love, or are we in love with the idea of being loved? Are we so desperate to feel validated, to prove our worth through another's eyes, that we forget what it truly means to be loved? The problem with modern love is not that we love too much, but that we love in the wrong way. We love with expectations. We love with the hope of receiving validation. We love to fill an emptiness, to prove we are enough. And in doing so, we forget that love is not a transaction. It is not something you get. It is something you give. If we want love to truly thrive in our lives, we must first stop chasing it and start being it. We must stop seeking completion from another and begin the work of becoming whole ourselves. Only then can we truly offer love without fear, without expectation, without needing anything in return. True love is not a need, it is a choice. And when we make that choice, not to fill a void, but to share a full, complete self, it is then that love will finally have the room to grow.